Hey there, it's another video of Angular testing, and let's go over what Jasmine and Karma are. Angular comes with Karma as a test runner and Jasmine as its testing framework, so you don't have to install anything. As soon as you have it, as soon as you create your new Angular application, you have those for testing. And for each new component that you create, Angular is going to create .spec.ts file in which you can write your test. You can go over at jasmine.github.io and look at the get started or the docs section, go over specific version and look at the API Jasmine provides for you. So what Jasmine does is you start with a describe block. You give this a name, like let's say you're describing the app component, and that's what you're going, and you're passing as a second parameter a function. Describes groups several of your tests together. Each one of your tests starts with the function called it. You write here what you're testing. Let's say that you're testing that some arbitrary variable here, let we call a is greater than 5. You also pass here as a second parameter a function. So what you can here work with, it's say you have some value like 6, and you can test that this value is greater than 5. For this, Jasmine provides for you a function that's called expect. It creates, well, like it says here, it creates an expectation for a spec. If you have some sort of ID or you're using VS Code, it's going to give you those useful hints. So you pass here a and you say what you expect a to be. You can say as soon as you type dot, or you can also use command space or control space, whether you're running on Windows or on Mac machine. So you can say to be, or to be truthy, or to be defined, to have been called with, to equal, to throw an error, to match. You have all sorts of matchers here. What we need is to be greater than 5. What you then do is you run ngserve. No, what you then do is you run ngtest. ngtest is going to launch a Chrome browser for you in which it's going to run the tests that you wrote. And we have 1 spec, 0 failures. So what Karma is a test runner. It runs all of your tests in an environment, and this environment is a browser, which is very useful if you're writing front-end client code. Some other testing frameworks like Jest would run in Node.js environment. It means that you would lack certain API that you have in your browser that your code uses, like local storage, which wouldn't be defined in Jest. But in Karma, you can test all of your code, like local storage or anything else. It would be available here. You don't have to do anything else to make them work. And if your test fails, it will tell you exactly that. You can also see this in your terminal, that you expected 3 to be greater than 5, but it is a failure. You have 1 failed test. Or you can go over to the browser that Karma has launched and see what tests have failed. So this is it for now. Go over at jasmine.github.io and look over the docs and see what matchers and look over what matchers Jasmine has. And there are quite a few. You have to be false, to be greater than or equal, to be an instance of, to be less than or equal, to be not a number, to be negative infinite, to be null, all of that stuff. And in the next video, we're going to start writing code for our actual application, which is some sort of a to-do application. We're going to write the test for that.